Hey guys, Disclaimer Magic here, and the wild spoilers keep on coming. Holy crap, these are insane, except these are like less, oh my god, there goes standard, and more like, oh cool, I want to play that. So first up, another Elder Dragon, we've got Arcade's The Strategist. Oh, an arcade! I hope he has Dance Dance Revolution. By the way, fun fact about me, before my health got the way it is, I used to win tournaments at DDR. And that was like 20 pounds ago, but, you know, I was quite good at it. Anyway, this is another mythic, and I'm convinced at this point that there's about 37 mythics in this set. I swear we've seen so many, although it's probably being thrown off by the fact that there's, 5 mythic planeswalkers that are actually in the planeswalker decks. But hey, all the Elder Dragons should be mythic, because they're Elder frickin' Dragons. So this is a 3/5 for 4, which is already pretty damn good. I mean, this is the most affordable one so far, if I'm not mistaken. It is legendary, so Black Blade. I see everything in the context of Black Blade. And honestly, 3/5 Flying Vigilance is already pretty good, so guess what? Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card, so that's weird. You might be thinking, what the hell kind of deck would that possibly go in? Just an annoying one? Yes, but each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Okay, this would be one of the most annoying commanders I could possibly think of, although I run Asperia, so I should talk. So just think about it in Standard, though. Your whole deck would have to be walls, and you can only run 4 of this. Only one can be on the battlefield at the time. It can be countered by Essence Scatter or basically anything. And if you don't get him out or don't draw him, your deck literally sits there and does nothing. I mean, you could have like a 0/7 super powered, oh cool, it's a combo, and maybe have 8 walls in the deck, but this just doesn't really come together as a deck for me in my head. Although just a 3/5 Flying Vigilance for 4, that's pretty good. I mean, I'd throw them in without a wall, I don't care. I keep calling them walls. God, welcome to 23 years ago. Defender creatures. All walls used to be defenders. Anyway, this is kind of crap. I don't think it's going to get too high. It's probably a $3 card. Next up, one of the most powerful red spells ever made, Banefire. Thank God this isn't instant speed. Holy crap, I love this. I played this in a deck that had ramp, and it was so good. It might have been my Cryptolith Right Saproling, or not Saproling, a Scion deck, but I feel like there was a mismatch in the timing there. But it was in some ramp deck, and damn! Banefire deals X damage, of course, is red plus X, so traditional, what do they call it? Fireball, Heat Ray, whatever. And it's to any target. So player, planeswalker, creature. And this is the first time this card has been printed correctly with the new rule, by the way, the new redirection rule. So I think people want it. And if X is 5 or more, the spell can't be countered, and the damage can't be prevented. Contrary to popular belief, it still does not play around indestructible, but this is just good. I mean, if you cast it for under 5, you're wasting your time, okay? This is meant to blow your opponent's head clear off their body. Like, when you play this, you should actually light the card on fire and throw it at your opponent for added effect. Don't do that, by the way. I love this spell. This might make me play red, because you guys know I never play red, but this spell is so good. Mix it with Jaya's Inferno and just do some kind of legendary ramp thing or something. I don't know. Just play it. It looks good. Next up, Absolute Madness Chaos Wand. We have something like this in my D&D group. I sold it to a vendor because the wand is literally Hitler. If Hitler was a wand, oh my god, it was the Wand of Wonder, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, we just called it the Cotton Candy Stick because it kind of looked like that. And that wand would kill everybody. It would just take a perfectly good battle and just fuck your shit up. Well, so will this. By the way, totally looks like the wand from Bright. Anyway, it's a 3-cost artifact, and you have to pay 4 and tap it. You could do it same turn if you had 7, though. That's kind of cool. Target opponent, so okay, take your choice. That's cool. Exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. So you may be thinking, oh, I could mill them out if they have none. Nope. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, then put the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of that library in a random order. Oh my god, if you knew they had no instants and sorceries and this said in any order you want, you could just stack 20 lands on top their deck. So if they only have 1 or 2, you know what you're getting. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, the cost is really high, but what it does is really good, potentially. I don't like unpredictable stuff. I don't like, things that are just pure luck. Like the last deck I would ever play is coin flipping. I want to know exactly what I'm doing, precise, predictable, but this just seems like a riot. I mean, if you got a space in your commander deck, you basically have to throw this in. It's just too damn funny. If you hit like a 9-cost sorcery with this, oh, you get to cast it without paying its mana cost. Ouch. Now you do have to pay additional costs if it specifies on the card, just FYI. Also, can't add to X. Next up, now this is exciting for various reasons. Departed Deckhand. It's a Spirit Pirate. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's spirits and it's pirates. And pirate synergy kind of underappreciated in standard right now. I played against pirate decks. They're good. They're not great. They're just good. It's kind of like dinosaur decks. They're good, just not like, whoa. So get this. When departed Deckhand becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. So that's weird because it's usually, for illusions. But it doesn't say or ability. So that's actually really weird. But departed Deckhand could only be blocked by spirits. So this is a 2/2 unblockable. I mean, your opponent doesn't have spirits. I mean, just don't be stupid. And guess what? You pay 4, don't even tap it, which I feel like this should have been a tap ability just to make this a little bit less nuts. Target creature you control can only be blocked by spirits this turn. Okay, this is like the 3rd unblockable, and the other 2 are blue, and they're merfolk. This is a little messed up. This is like walk the plank. Like if your opponent's actually playing merfolk or whatever, you're screwed. But other than that, whoa, If they're playing spirits, you've got a problem. Other than that, you just won the game. I I'd say the black blade on this, but I think, well, no, that's not going to happen. But Forebear's Blade, put some counters on it, do literally anything. Now this is very shaky because if your whole deck revolves around this, because your creatures can't normally hit, they're not flying or they're not naturally unblockable, anything will destroy this. A boost spell will destroy this. Like, absolutely anything other than an ability, which I really think they should have put abilities on there too, will destroy this. So this probably won't be out for long. That's why I think it's kind of appropriately powered, but just watch out for it because it's going to be really dangerous and really annoying. Next up, it's back, Enigma Drake. Now, it's not really back because it was in Amon Ket, but people aren't really appreciating this card. This card works perfectly with Dominaria. It's just Red Blue Wizards is a garbage deck right now, but it's getting better and better and better with what we're seeing here. So, just as a reminder, it's a star 4, so 4 toughness and star power. For those of you about to say, it's an asterisk, 5 points versus 6. No, it's a star. Anyway, costs 3, dual color. I think that's why not everybody plays it, but it's flying, and its power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. I think maybe people just don't want torrential weakening this, but like it could be like 7 damage in the air late game in like a control burn deck. I mean, this is so much damage. There was a card virtually identical to this that was printed like 2 years ago, I think, and I played a deck with it, and oh boy, did that deal damage. So this is pretty specific, but if you're running the right kind of deck, do not forget this card. It's really good, and it's practically like free. It's like 25 cents. Next up, back from M19. That's right, they're hitting the core sets for reprints, which is, what they usually do. Phylactery Lynch. Oh yes, triple Devotion to Black, so Devotion to Black Modern, love it. Indestructible 5/5, and guess what? When it enters the battlefield, put a phylactery counter on an artifact you control. When you control no permanents with phylactery counters on them, which is the stupidest way to phrase that, sacrifice Phylactery Lynch. Okay, everybody knows how liches and phylacteries work if you're into, like, literally anything. Games, books, movies, like, anything. But you can have 2 liches out, and 1 phylactery gets destroyed, and they both, I guess, rely on the one that's remaining. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. They're basically Horcruxes. So he is indestructible, and he's a 5/5 for 3, which is completely insane, but you better be running mono black, because, I mean, if you're running dual color, it's going to be like turn 6 by the time you get this out. Or pardon me, not turn 6, your 6th land by the time you get this out. Maybe 5 with fixing. So that is a little rough, but damn, this guy can just swing. I mean, he will just destroy everything. You put Forebear's Blade on this, and it's the end of the world. Trample and Vigilance, your opponent just lost. By the way, favorite combo, Forebear's Blade plus Ronus himself. You get this wonderful combo effect called Death Trample, where you only have to do 1 damage to every single creature that blocks, and the rest goes past. And it has 8 attack. But this would be cool too, and honestly, if you want to double down, make Forebear's Blade the Phylactery. That is adding insult to injury to more injury and even more injury. I've heard of people putting this on some kind of Darksteel Indestructible thing. That's kind of a dick move. Can't really do that in Standard anymore, but, just so it's on your radar. So this card's a riot. I think it's going to be like that stupid 5/4 for 3 thing or whatever, that Steelleaf Champion or whatever that is. I think this is going to be that for black. I mean, it's just as good. On Calm Your Tits, it was from M13. I said it wrong. Get over it. Next up, we've got Armasorio Runico. Hey, finally, es en español. Puedo traduzcarlo para tú. I think that's how you say it. It's a 3 cost 2/5, and I'm going to translate it literally because that's way more entertaining. In case you didn't catch it, es un criatura dinosaurio. In case the art didn't give it away. So always that an opponent activates an ability of a creature or a land that doesn't have an ability of mana, you can... what is Robar? Oh, draw. You can draw a card. By the way, pretty sure roubar is just rob. It means to steal. And I think the term they use in Portuguese is purchase. It's like compre or something like that. Very odd. And I know in German it's even weirder. Somebody told me that once. So yeah, the word for draw is very, very unusual in other languages, in case you didn't catch that. Oh, by the way, the name is Runic Armasaur, in case you couldn't figure that one out either. So you heard it. Whenever your opponent activates an ability of a creature or a land, as long as it's not a mana ability, you may steal a card. Or draw one if you're in America. Oh, good one, Wizards. That's racist. Are you trying to say Latino steal? Is that where you're going with this? Okay, mal. Next up, Sarkon's back and he's got mad lift in that hair. If somebody knows what kind of hair product he uses, I want to try to cosplay Vash the Stampede. I think I can pull it off. So he is 3 loyalty for 3, which is usually really good. I mean, they kind of water it down, but it's like, you know, if he's out there for a while, watch out. So his +1 is you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So typical, you know, Wheel of Fortune red crap. Pretty weak, but I mean, if you're done with mountains, you know, ditch them. Or if you don't have enough mountains, ditch anything else. I mean, it's not good, does nothing. It's close, though. But guess what? Second ability is a +1. Don't know why I said guess what. You can see it on the screen. You probably already read it. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Ooh, should have kept it red. That's a mistake. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. Okay, that's a mistake too. This card sucks, but then again, you could run both Sarkons and just go all in dragons. But I mean, the cheapest dragon is what, 4? I mean, what are you going to do the rest of the time? Just burn everything to the ground? That actually sounds like a plan. I might do that. I think the fact that this exists is going to make the Planeswalker deck version of Sarkon go way up. And remember, the rules changed. You can have them both on the battlefield at the same time. That's right, you can have out Sarkon and his best friend, other Sarkon. I could make a time travel joke, but we all know that would be a paradox and they would obliterate themselves the second they touch. So -7, which it'll be a little hard to get to. The turn you bring him out, he'll basically end the turn with 4 loyalties, so, you know. But is it worth it? Well, you're creating 4 5/5 red dragon creature tokens with flying, so I'm going to vote yes. Also, I think a Johnny or something else, I think 1 card and 1 Planeswalker, if I remember correctly, they drop counters, Planeswalker loyalty counters onto like other Planeswalkers or something, and I thought there was maybe still an effect that made them drop in with more, although that might have been BFZ. So you could get there in a hurry. I mean, turn 3, and then if you can find a way to accelerate it somehow, I don't know, sneak the Chain Veil in and see if they notice. You get him to 7, the game is over. I mean, even heaven will not stop this unless they have a buttload of mana. I actually kind of wish that Deckhand Stone was still legal. I feel like we could use it right now. So, I mean, this guy's kind of weak, but you just have to stop attacking the life total and address this guy or you are going to lose. And in red, when they're trying to deal tons of damage without, you know, losing first, very valuable. You could go real mid-range with this and you could be at 10 life and then he drops out and they're like, okay. So next up, we've got Supreme Phantom. It's a 1/3 flyer for 2, and other spirits you control get +1/+1. So it's a Lord for Spirits. Of course, named after Lord of Atlantis, I believe is the card. I use the much more mature and experienced player term of Boosty Boost. So he's going to Boosty Boost your other spirits. I don't know how many spirits are in like the other 8 sets that are legal, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be a thing. I kind of doubt it. I mean, like blue mass damage tribal, that, I don't know about that. Maybe there's some white spirits. I don't know. Anafen's is not legal, so I don't think I'll be playing it. Just be aware of it. It looks kind of fun. So that's actually it for now. I mean, there's a couple other interesting reprints, but nothing really worth mentioning, I guess. I will summarize the last couple days as there's a couple kind of more subtle red cards that'll just really go in any speed red deck. Could be rush, burn, mix, mid game, late game, ramp, anything. Red just got way better with M19. So if you're into that kind of thing, lucky you. Otherwise, watch for more spoilers if there even are any more. If you think I'm going to count, you're crazy. I'm not. And I'll see you guys next video.